What's going on YouTube? This is Sean. I am back, and in this video we are going to be working on the male mannequin. Past videos I made a female mannequin, and a lot of you guys are waiting for the male mannequin. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. Why don't we? So I'm going to start off by cutting out my patterns, and before I used to trace my patterns out, but since the EVA foam is black and it's really hard to use any color to mark your templates, I just go ahead and skip the whole tracing process and just go straight into cutting. Now what I'll use is these weights to hold down the paper templates, and then I'll just cut along the edge as if I was tracing with a pen or a pencil or a Sharpie. This just eliminates that one step. Alright, so now I got all my parts laid out and glued. All my glue is dry to attack, and I'm attaching the chest to the lower chest piece, and then I'm going to attach it to the upper abdominal piece. Then once I'm done with that, I'm going to attach the upper abdominal piece to the lower abdominal piece, which kind of leads into the crotch area. Now I'm going to attach the lower back to the back piece, and I'm going to close up that little pie right there for the shoulder blades, and then I'm going to attach these two larger pieces together. Now since it's kind of a weird shape, I like to use the edge of my table to help me press these awkward shapes together, but you play around with it enough, it eventually glue itself together. Now I'm going to glue the hip piece together, and I'm going to close up that little pie right there and line up my hash mark where the crotch area is and work my way towards the back. And sometimes I like to just tack the other corner together, that way it doesn't flap around. And this does take some fighting with, but eventually they all fit together and it should look something like this. And this is just the I guess the left side of the body. And now I'm gonna go over and glue the traps muscle top part of it together. Yeah, and it should look something like this. Then you're gonna repeat the process for the other side, but I'm not going to show that because it's just a mirrored process of this one. So we're just going to save some time and move along to the legs. I've already got all my legs laid out, glued up, and everything is dry to attack. I'm gonna start off by attaching the outer pieces for the legs, and this right here is the inner piece for the legs, which is pretty plain and simple. I mean, you got the thighs and the shin or the calves. Then I'm gonna connect it right down the middle, just like that, and then I'm gonna tack the opposite corner together so it doesn't flap around, and then I'm gonna slowly work the center line together, just like that. Working with these bigger pieces, they do get a little tedious, and I even tried to use this rolly thingy just to see if it'll help me get these edges together nice and smooth. It does help a little bit, but yeah, it's more hassle, I guess. So now that I got the front center line glued together, I'm going to now attach the back center line. I'm gonna start from the top and then maybe tack together the part at the ankle, and then go to the back of the knee and work that seam together. Now whenever I created these patterns, I try to make things as simple as possible and minimize the amount of pieces needed. So a lot of these corners are going to line up with other corners, and then the hash marks are going to line up with other corners too. So just keep that in mind whenever you are cutting out these patterns and assembling them. Well, alrighty tighty, we are done with one of the legs, and this is what it should look like. Now it's time to move along to the arm. Here are all the pieces for the arm. I'm going to start by attaching the 3 pieces for the forearm, and it should look something like that. And close up that little pie there, and then I'm going to attach the upper part of the bicep to the bicep itself. And it's a little wavy right there. You're gonna have to do some push and pulling and compressing the foam here and there, stretching it just to get it to fit. And once you get it all together, it will take its form nicely. And now that I got all my pieces together, I want to make sure that I'm not replicating the other arm, which I ultimately ended up doing again. But I'll show you guys how to fix that problem. So yeah, so now I'm going to attach the center line, and notice I'm just matching up the corners to the of the pieces and kind of working them together just like that. Now it probably would help if I had labeled these pieces, but I don't. And notice I don't really use hash marks, although the templates do have hash marks on there. I just felt like that was an extra task that you know, I felt I could do without. But then again, whenever I finished this arm, then I realized that I just made 2 left arms. No biggie. It's time to break out the contact cement thinner and the syringe. And I'll put the contact thinner in the syringe, and I'll just lay a small amount right on top of the seam, and it should break the contact cement apart. Now I'm not going to add any more contact cement, and I'm trying not to use as much, or I'm trying not to use too much contact cement thinner, because I don't want to thin it down, because once it's dried up, then it's good to go again. But I'm going to hit it with the heat gun again, just to loosen up that contact cement, make sure it sticks good, and I'm going to stick it together again. Now the reason why I don't want to put another coat of contact cement on there is that too much contact cement will leave a spider webby thingy there, and it's not going to make the seam look that good. So I know some people like to put on 2 coats of contact cement. Me, I prefer to put 1 really good coat, and once it's dried and you glue the pieces together, the seam is like really small, so, or like, gives it a cleaner look, in my opinion. Well, so far so groovy. I got both arms done. Now it's time to move along to the head. This is the face piece, which I'm going to now attach to the side of the head, and then I'm going to take the top of the head and then attach it to the top of the forehead and work its way around the side piece just like that. Then I'm going to take the 2 neck pieces, and I'm gonna attach those 2 pieces together just like that. And once I get those 2 pieces together, then I'm going to attach it to the head. Notice I like to connect both corners of the pieces together and then work my way down the middle just like that. Alright, it's time to do the same for the other side, but I'm gonna skip that just to make this video just a little bit shorter. Alright, now that I have both my side of the heads assembled, I'm going to apply some heat to it and make it a little bit rounder, because on my female mannequin I didn't really do this, and her head looked really cone head like. It looked more like a mannequin that was made out of foam. So this didn't really help it too much, but it did help it a little bit, and I guess that kind of matters, but that's entirely up to you. And once I get both sides heated up, then I apply my contact cement, and now I am attaching both sides of the head together the best I can. I'm using the surface of my table whenever I can, and then I'm trying to make sure that the seams line up nice and neatly with my hands whenever I can't, just like that. Now the head does look a little bit smaller than a normal person's head, but that's kind of good too, because I plan on using this mannequin to display finished cosplays like my IronMan, because I don't want to leave it laying around, and it makes it easier to slip the helmet on. So yeah, So far the head is done. Now it's time to attach the bodies together. Now I'm going to put the leg piece to the torso, and I'm going to connect this I guess crotch area first. I'm gonna line up my corner and my hash mark right there and tack it together before I press it down and commit to making a permanent contact. I'm going to just kind of work my way around the body and making sure that all the pieces line up where they need to. And then once I get it all lined up, then I'll go through and press all my seams together nice and neatly, just like that. And it's good to have some contact thinner ready, just in case you do mess up. You can just put some thinner on there, break some of that glue loose, and once it dries up, put it back together. And it only takes about maybe 30 seconds before you can reattach the edges once the contact cement thinner has dried up. And so far this is what the leg to the rest of the body looking like. Now it's time to attach the arm. Now I thought this was gonna be really difficult, but it turned out to be quite simple. Don't have any hash marks on the arms, but I do have it in the template. So if I actually had hash marks here, I would line up those hash marks to the corner of the chest piece right there. And there's also another hash mark for the armpit where it lines up right there. But it seemed to line up just fine for me. So yep, just make sure you get all the seams nice and neat, just like that. And this is what the inside looks like. You get the idea. So far so groovy, and the big pieces are all glued together. Now comes the tedious parts. Well, it's not too bad, but we got to connect both the body pieces together now. And I'm going to carefully align up the corners and making sure the surface or the edges are lined up nice and neatly. I know on the previous mannequin build I did put a thin strip of EVA foam inside to help things line up a little bit better, but since I'm using a little bit thicker foam, I'm actually using 6mm EVA foam, and lining these pieces up are a little bit easier. And if I do mess up, I can always, make the correction with contact cement or sand it down whenever I need to. And now that I got the front attached, it's time to move along and attach the back piece. We'll do the same. Just carefully line up all the corners and make sure all that butt part is nice and neat too. I mean, it may not be the American ass, but it's close enough. I mean, it looks good. I did have a little mess up right here, and I had to use some contact cement thinner to loosen up the glue so I can line up the shoulder blades real nice there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I got the front and the back all put together, and it's looking pretty good. Now it's time to attach the head. Now this piece is pretty tedious. I'm gonna start off by lining up the back piece, the back center line, and then I'm going to line up the front center line. And the neck and the neck shoulder muscle areas, it does have kind of a weird shape right there, so it does get a little tricky right around this area. And but eventually I get it together. And it probably would have helped if I had did the same thing I did with the female mannequin by putting a thinner strip of foam inside, so it'll help guide the upper piece, the neck, together. But eventually I got it together. And if you want to check out the video, then I'll leave a link to the female mannequin video in the description down below, or you can look at the end card at the end of the video. But yeah, I mean, I didn't need to do it. Eventually I got it all together, and it's looking pretty legit. Now it's time to apply some heat, and the heat forming will allow the foam to relax, stretch in some areas, maybe even shrink in some spots, but it makes the foam look a lot better, smoother. And yeah, now so far this is where we are at with the MANnequin, and it doesn't have any feet, so it does stand a little bit shorter than what it needs to be, but I leave the feet out so that way we can actually slip the foot or the ankles into some boots, or just, you know, stands, because I know with some mannequins it's just hard to put on the costumes or cosplay for display because of the feet, and with these mannequins you can. Now I'm going to make the stand for the MANnequin. Now these are not in the template. You can use any scrap wood, which I'm using a scrap piece of wood that I just had laying around in my garage, and I got some 3/4 inch pipe, and I drilled some holes for the pipes to fit in, and they were a little bit loose, so I'm using some masking tape to make it a little bit tighter, and I'm going to stick it together with some hot glue, make sure it doesn't come undone, just like that. And then I'm gonna do the other side too. Like that. And then I'm going to use some pool noodles that I picked up from the dollar store, and I used this on the female MANnequin too, and it worked really good, so I'm using it again. And here is how it looks like so far, and notice that the MANnequin is standing a little bit higher off the post because, you know, just pretend that there's shoes there or feet or whatever. Now this MANnequin is looking like it's got some chicken leg, like it skipped leg day or something, but that's only because the abdominal piece is kind of wider. So I'm going to use this needle right here, this really long upholstery needle, and some yarn, and hopefully I can make his abdominal not as wide by compressing the outer edges together. So I'm gonna thread up this needle, this massive needle, with this yarn, and then I'm going to stab it right there in the corner, or right there on the side where the corners meet, and then I'm gonna poke it out through the other side. And I'm gonna be careful that the yarn doesn't come undone inside the MANnequin, and try not to pull the yarn all the way through. Then I'm gonna stick some contact cement right there. I'm gonna put some on that yarn as well, just so that hold down well. And then I'm gonna pull it tight just like that, and notice it brought the sides closer together, so it just made the MANnequin look like it's, you know, been working out more. Got rid of the love handles basically, and the legs are looking more proportionate to the body now. So far so groovy, and I'm digging what I'm cooking. I hope you're digging it too. And if you're into this kind of stuff, I mean, if you're really into this kind of stuff, then check the links in the description down below. It's going to take you to the template, so that way you too can make your own male MANnequin. I plan on making me a couple more because I'm going to put my IronMan and other cosplays on display, and you'll see that in the next video. So yeah, if you got something out of this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. I guess that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.